So when you post, when you show up, you do everything right, you do the job, you do the right thing. You post, but the numbers are not right. Everything's right. It seems right, but the numbers are not right. Like, you're just not getting the engagement, the audience kind of not showing up. There's no in it seems like there's no influence that you're creating. And that's when our work just goes into void, as simple to put. You put your effort, you put your personal touch, you put your creativity into it, so much effort, and it just doesn't pick up. And it is annoying. And what we're trying to do here today is to make people stop, to make people listen, and to help them notice you, because that is most important thing. We need to make sure that people see us. If they don't see us, we don't exist, and whatever we're doing makes no sense. Like, it just makes no difference, right? And currently, attention is the currency. Like, no matter what anyone says, if you can hold people's attention, you will be rich. You will be earning money. There's no way that you will not be earning money if you cannot keep people's attention. And that is the key part to understand. But how do you hold attention? Well, the answer is quite simple. You just be different. But again, simple to say, harder to do. Because to be different, you need to understand how you are different, how your brain thinks different, how our understanding and our words that we use are completely different from majority of people out there. You don't have to be different from everyone, but majority, at least majority, you have to stand out. You have to make sure that you're not standing in the crowd and being lost in the crowd of people that's screaming exact the same thing, and then you just become noise. You need to make sure that you're screaming something very different, maybe a completely different angle, through completely different lens, and securing people's attention through that, through connecting the things that they haven't connected yet. It's kind of like building neural connections in the brain. You give them an idea that existed in their brain and connect it somewhere else to a problem that they never thought about. Um, but I was trying to think of an example, but my brain is not working. It's quite late. But I hope you get the idea, because we simply need to make sure that we understand what makes us different and express that. Express that in words, express that in visuals, express that in ideas, helping people understand something about themselves and about where they could be, where they could end up, and basically selling a dream that they wish to have. And that is why selling to almost like past self is the best choice. You in the past is the perfect audience that we should be targeting, because people gravitate and tend to buy from people that look like them, live similar like them, or they behave in a similar way, because we like to relate. When we relate, we trust. And when we see that we understand this person the same way we understand ourselves, that is when the strongest type of trust is built. And when we secure that, it's just tribe building from that. Like, there is nothing more fulfilling than finding your own voice through understanding how your experience shapes your understanding and reality that you're living, and building on top of that and putting marketing twist on it, trying out your creativity. Because if you're trying to be an educator, you have to be creative, because you have to understand the nature of how people learn and bend around it, because that is the only way to teach. It's a almost like tailored um, approach to people, and that is when we learn to be different because our ideas are different. The way we explain things can be different, and we need to show that in our packaging. We need to show that in our brand that there is a specific way how I look at the world, and this specific way is what helped me to get where you want to end up. That kind of idea. And we need to make sure that every video or every content that we make aligns with that philosophy. So we need to really and thoroughly understand ourselves, which seems like it's an easy thing to do, but when we wear too many masks, we can get lost. We can lose the sense of what makes us, and we can lose the understanding of how our ideas get shaped, and that's when everything crumbles, and that's when it's hard to stand out, and it's almost impossible to make people stop because you kind of look like everyone else, and the only other way they will stop is that you're giving them something. So money, thumbnails with money, for example, let's take that. Thumbnails with some sort of mentioning of monetary value perform well because it's kind of like they're trying to give you money. Like if you see 10,000 under a video, um, and they're saying that they'll teach you how to do that, it's basically 10,000 for watching a video, kind of, in theory, right? That's how our brain takes it. And that is probably another way to stop people, but there's no trust building, there's no tribe building, there's just pure testimonials. And testimonials are good, but if we're building a brand, if we're not just trying to secure clients, if we're not just trying to deliver a product, if we're trying to build meaningful brand and meaningful connections and long lasting experiences, we need to make sure we're different. We need to make sure we stand out and we behave in a different way to the majority in the same niche. And that is what will make you explode. Once you identify a specific mantra for yourself, what is your, let's say, color of the lens that you're looking through, that is when you just double down on that and live it, breathe it, and do it every day. And you will see how that will change how audience reacts to your content. Good luck. Be crazy, be weird. You're one of a kind, and the world needs you.